Hi there, welcome to another video. This talk is going to be about mass media and the mainstream media, who to trust and who you can't trust, and who's frauds and who's not. And you can, whatever I say, you can go and look for yourself, and you'll see that I'm telling the truth. What I've found is that Sky News, BBC News, CNN, I know for sure because I've seen them report things and have reported things that aren't even true and are on a certain side and don't expose certain things because they're on a certain side. In general, I'm not into mainstream news, but Fox News is the only news channel where, and I'll say I don't agree with everything they say, but to my knowledge and what I've seen, they've exposed things that need exposing. Regarding the Black Lives Matter stuff, Tucker Carlson and Fox News and Laura Ingraham as well are great at their job, and they've done a great job in reporting the Black Lives Matter at the start and what it was. I was on the internet earlier and I saw something about Fox News and try to say things bad about them. You can't say anything bad about these people because these people are doing the job of proper journalists and proper people on the news. The job of them people is to expose what's going on. They've been called, I saw one thing on the internet, they're saying it was a cult. They're not a cult, they're just reporting the news and what's really going on. For example, BBC News doesn't really report what's really happening. They repeat what is part of the narrative. And if you watch BBC News, then you watch Fox News, it's like a completely different news channel. Because the BBC News is not reporting the news, and Fox News is reporting the news. Now, I don't agree with a lot of their beliefs. I'm not saying that I agree with everything Tucker Carlson says or what he believes in, or what he seems to believe in, or even Laura Ingraham, that's my favourites on Fox News. But they are very awake to what is going on. They are very awake to what is happening, and they're doing a brilliant job. And it's very easy. I suppose it's very easy to just look at CNN and other channels and just think, oh, they're all the same. But and you would think that they're all the same, but you can trust Fox News. And I think what we need to be doing at this time as well is what I'm doing is basically the job of a proper person on the television news. I am looking up information, I'm revealing it, and that's what I'm basically doing. I had an unexpected spiritual awakening, and that's how I got on this journey. And but I'm doing the job that the people on BBC News should be doing. That is the truth. And that's in this time that we're in, this tyrannical system that they're trying to enforce. We all have to do this. We all have to speak up and to start spreading truths and doing our own research. Instead of just being a troll on the internet and criticizing those that are trying to expose what's happening. You do your own research. You make sure that you're right in what you're doing. Also, there's an interview there's a family in St. Louis who was threatened by Black Lives Matter, and Tucker Carlson interviewed him. And one interview I watched last week was also a man that lost his son. To all this violence in America, he was a black man, lost his son. And it was all to do with this Black Lives Matter stuff, and he was broken, and it was a kind of interview that you wouldn't associate a mainstream news channel doing. Very emotional interview, and like I say, they're doing a great job. But like I say, we have to follow their example. I've even seen some people say that Tucker Carlson's a light worker. And that is true. What is the job of a light worker? Well, it is to spread light, and the light is truth. But many of the people that call themselves light workers aren't light workers. They are fakes, fake people. There's a lot of fake, but we need, but to change this, we can change the world as any time that we want. And how we do it is we start spreading truth and we need to understand that the mainstream news channels, most of them, are not doing this. And so we all need to get the truth out so that people stop living in ignorance and fear and start realizing what is really going on in the world. And you do that by doing what I do. Apart from the spiritual awakening I've been on for another 10 years, where I research other information, like about Agenda 2030 and the stuff other certain stuff I speak about, and I do research, and that's what we all must do, because we're not going to get it from BBC News. Look at all the 5G stuff. BBC News weren't reporting this, right? BBC News weren't reporting this. BBC News, a lot of them, they don't report what's really going on. Like I say, that most of them just repeat a narrative. So you've got a narrative from the top. Then the top of the pyramid is not, the top of the pyramid is like the 1%. And they fund everything. And everything comes from that. And because everything's controlled by the 1%, when you get a politician in power, they can only work with what that 1% is controlled. And this kind of truth that I'm speaking right now is just through research of what the 1% is. And I'm just revealing it. And this is the proper job of journalists, right? I'm not even a trained journalist. But I've got to do it because someone's got to do it. And I suggest that we all need to do this, because if we don't, then the system will get their way, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to enforce their way, get rid of police. So who are you going to call if you need help? Get rid of your history, so that in the future you've only got the internet and the AI for your history, and that's being censored all the time. So you'll have censored humans with no knowledge of themselves. That's the point of it. And with the masks as well, regarding COVID-19, making that mandatory, and now they're talking about making vaccines mandatory. This was always the plan. David Icke predicted this 30 years ago. In the early 90s, David Icke was saying this. And it's all happening. Unless, you don't have to riot, we just need to not comply with the system. We need to start non-compliance. We need to start spreading truths about what is really going on and doing proper research. Not just being trolls and attacking people for doing research, but actually, before you speak, do your research first before you open your ignorant mouth, right? And then you'll realise, oh my God, these face masks are actually bad for you. Well, why do you think you don't see surgeons going on a night out and wearing their masks, do you? You don't. Because the only way to stop the droplets of spit going into the body. But actually, I've seen many doctors say it, that they don't actually protect you against COVID-19. And even if it's something like the N95 mask, which has got a 95% protection rate, a lot of probably the mask wearers don't even know that. But even that mask, you're still breathing in your own toxins. If you cover your nose and mouth, you're breathing in your own toxins. So what I'm doing right now, this is proper journalism, and I don't even know anything about it. But this is what we all need to do, because like I say, Fox News are doing a great job, but we need to do a great job as well and start spreading what is really happening in the world. And I think I'm just going to leave it there. It's a short video for me. I usually do about 15 minutes. I'll maybe do another one later on. And so, if you want to check latest updates and videos like this one, etc., and more, please do visit my website at www.lovelightfamily.com. Thank you for watching and listening. Thank you.